Hey everybody, Steve Nixon again with PianoLessonsOnline.com. Thank you so much for joining me here today. All right, in today's lesson, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at some basic chords and we're gonna take a look at how you can decorate them and just make them a little bit more interesting, okay? So when you see a chord chart or you're playing your song and you wanna do some basic fills in between a melody, or even if you're just playing behind a vocalist or playing in a band situation, when you see like a C chord or a G chord or an F chord, or whatever chord you see in the chart, you know how to decorate it a little bit, get a little bit textured and get some interesting sounds in there. So I think you guys are gonna enjoy this lesson. Real quickly, I do notate the lessons and throw them on PianoLessonsOnline.com. I will put the URL right below this video, so make sure that you stop by the site. All right, let's step over to the piano and get started learning. Thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a look at just sort of a 1-5-4 chord progression, which is a chord progression you're gonna see in a million different rock and pop songs, okay? So if we were doing the key of C, it would be C, G, F, okay? So if I'm just sort of singing this in my chord chart and I'm doing these voicings, you know, it's nice, but it's a little boring. You know, I'm not really doing that much. I'm just playing here, okay? So now, to spice up these chords just a little bit, it's a simple concept, but what you can do is you can add what's called a 2 or a 9 into your chords, okay? So instead of just doing this plain old C chord, I can add scale degree 2 in as a small variation, okay? So, and I can do this on all the chords. I can do it in the G chord also, or the F chord. Or for example, you know, if I was playing an E chord, I could do it like this, or E flat, okay? So the way you find this, okay, is you literally just go up your major scale and find scale degree 2. So, boom, a whole step higher than your root, okay? The other reason why I called it the 9, if you wanna look at, just do some really simple theory here, okay? We have scale degree 1, 2, so it's 2, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the 9 is also the 2. It's the same thing, just up an octave. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just sort of put some drums behind me, okay? And you guys can get a sense for how this would sound with a groove behind the chords. The beginning, I'm just going to do the basic chords, okay? And in my left hand, I'm just doing root and fifth, by the way, okay? Just the root and fifth of the chord, not the third, all right? I'm just going to play the basic chords here. You'll hear how it sounds, and then I'll start adding the 9 in as far as variations go, okay? Here's plain. So it's okay, right? It's kind of just sort of vanilla. But now, here's with the 2. So you guys get the basic idea there, okay? So the way to practice this is find your major chords, okay? So, you know, make sure you know them in all 12 keys. And practice adding the 2 in, okay? And that's scale degree 2, okay? So for D, it would be this. For E, E flat, D flat, B, etc., okay? And this all is gonna fit under your 5-finger basic position that you sort of learn on day 1, you know, when you learn how to play the piano, okay? And for the left hand, once again, all I'm doing is just playing root and fifth, okay? And there's other things you can do in the left hand as well, but we'll talk about that in future lessons. All right, so stop by the site for a lot more notation, tips, tricks, all kinds of other things, and I will see you guys at PianoLessonsOnline.com. Thanks.